Richie, what was life like before you knew Jesus in your life?
Life was chaotic. It was tough growing up, tough before, even in my teens when I started doing drugs and then moving on to football violence, Middlesbrough frontline, and then even that wasn't enough. I was just always searching for a love that never came, and yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Did the football violence things, for lots of people, it's like, what, really? You were trying to find love through football violence?
Yeah, through acceptance, because you get that acceptance, even though it's nonsense looking back, but you get that acceptance. People want you to be around them, and you're going to different places with your football team, etc. And you're not even interested in football, really. You're just interested in that violence part.
What happened to start changing your life?
So I was in a failed relationship where my girlfriend cheated on me, and then once the trust goes, it's difficult to get back. So then I found out that I couldn't have children as well, which made it a lot harder. And then I kind of blamed my parents for that. So then I was just going out every other weekend, binge drinking, taking cocaine, and then I lost a few friends to suicide. So that was difficult. Then I was just searching for something, and I remember reading this book. I'd read this book years ago, and then I heard that the person whose book it was about was going to be speaking in the parish garden. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go along, see what it's about. And then
What was the book?
The book was Gram Seeds. I can't remember the name of it.
But it was Graham Seed's story.
Yeah.
And so tell us what happened. You went along to the parish gardens, Graham Seed was speaking. What happened?
Yeah, there was loads of Americans there. Yeah, that was strange. It was pouring down, so I stood at the back. And then at the end, an American pastor asked if anyone wanted to give their life to Jesus, which I just felt a force push me forward. There was no one behind me though, and I felt my legs being walked for me. So yeah, then I give my life to Jesus. But yeah.
So that sounds then that everything was now great again.
No, I wish.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
No. So that was like 7 years ago, I think now, 2016, yeah, 7 years ago. And I felt like a hypocrite because I was going to church every week. And people were there and they had this love and always happy. But I never felt it. I just didn't get it for 6 years. 6 years I went to church. Not every week, but some weeks I'd fall away again and get drunk and do other things. And yeah, it was difficult. I just didn't get it. I didn't think Jesus wanted anything to do with me, really. I didn't get it at all.
So I know you do get it now. What changed? Where was the change in that?
The change comes when I just got to a point where I had to say, Lord, if you're real, I want it all. I'm either all in or I'm all out. And he was like, all right then. And see that you want it. So then he sent a word for me, which I didn't think was for me at first. And then I get up, I'm sat there and the Lord speaks and I hear his voice clearly in my ear say, it's for you, Rich, you need to get up. And I was like, nah. He said it 3 times and then I got up and got prayer for that word, which was all in. But that still wasn't enough. So that week I was praying, I was like, Lord, I've said it, I'm all in loads of times and never been all in. So you're going to have to send someone to help me. And the very next week, someone from church, John Cotty, came over to me and said, Rich, I've been thinking for a while about doing a discipleship course and your name has come into my mind. See, God knew, but he knew it would take 6 years to change things in my life. He'd give me a conscience. He'd give me a new heart in them 6 years. I see things differently, and he knew it was right, and he knew when I was going to ask then. But he was just waiting for me to ask, and then he sent someone to help me.
So what difference has that made in your life?
Oh man, that's meant, So I learned how to have fellowship with people. I got new friends. I learned how to read the Bible. Knew about giving, about generosity. God is good, man. God's mint. I love him. I love him more than anything.
Richie, it's great to hear that. This week, the online service has got a generosity theme. How has Jesus changed your approach to money?
Oh, massively. See, I just the more money I had, the more I spent, and I didn't care what I spent it on. So then God took me back a bit, so I wasn't earning that much in my last job, and so you learn how to budget your money more, and then giving people who are less fortunate than yourself. You know, when you give, you think you're going to be short, but you're not, because then God just gives you it back like tenfold, and you don't even know where it comes from half the time, and you're like, all right, cheers, God. You know, it's just, so now, and he's, by being faithful to God and following him, he's given me a better job where I get a better pay. So then you can give more to others. I love helping others. Even though I still don't have a lot for myself, I just help where I can and give more. So money's not important, but it's good to have if you can help other people less fortunate than yourself.
You mentioned in your last job that you didn't earn an awful lot, so a lot of people would therefore think so you don't have to give to the church. Is that how you saw things?
No, because I think it's important to give to the church so they can carry on doing the great works, helping people and doing what God's got massive plans for the church to help. So I think it's important to give, and you might think you'll be short, but I'm telling you, you won't, man. Because he's not going to let you go short. He's not. He wants you to have all the best things, and but when you show generosity, you get it back tenfold, I think. I believe, I know anyway. So yeah, it's good, man.
Richie, thanks for all that you've shared with us today.
No problem. God is good.
All the time.